we're so worried about finding love outside of ourselves, but we don't think enough about finding that love within ourselves first. Love yourself first, because then you wouldn't you'll know the red flags when you see it. You'll know your worth. So then when somebody isn't doing the things that serve you, if it doesn't agree with you and it doesn't flow with you or align with you, you're like, you know what? This ain't for me.
Welcome to Legacy Sessions, where we get it, do what it do, man. People don't even know we don't script this. We just want to take it, you know what I mean? Welcome to Treau Talks. But today we got a special guest, man. I don't even know how to even introduce her, you know what I mean? She like a celebrity, but a jack of everything. You hear me?
I wear so many hats.
You know what I mean? She did the fitness, she the model, she the singer, she on the podcast now. Like, you name it, she doing it. But man, we got Sherell in the building.
What's up?
You know what I mean? First of all, thank you for pulling up, you know what I mean? Giving me an opportunity to have this conversation with you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this is like
we go way back.
Yeah,
you know
like
we ain't new to this. We true to this.
All
you know
way back. You hear me? Y'all already know the slogan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know the slogan. But that's what's up, man, because you're right. We go way back.
Yeah.
Like, you got to see me when I first touched the area. You know what I mean? And I got to see what you were doing at the time, too. And the great thing that I've loved about the evolution of time is we still on the same path, but we just making it bigger. You know what I mean? Like, we took an idea and ran with it, and it actually became a business and a statement where people know who we are when we enter the building. So
yeah.
Let's just back it up a little bit, because I've been in the area now like almost about 12 years. So that's around a time where True Fitness was just a thought, you know what I mean? And you were already known in the area. You was already singing. You was already then made it to the point where people knew who you were, whether it be because you was from the area and they already respected you, and then watching what you do. But when I met you, you was in a space where you was in fitness hard. Like, it was to the point where you were like training, and every time I come in the gym, you was in export with your people. I was just a manager at the time. True Fitness wasn't even a thing. So what was that like? Like, where were you at that particular point in time in your life? Like, when you go back to export and you think about your training, you think about your crew, you think about your career, where exactly were you at that time?
I think that I'm not even going to say like just then, but I mean, it's just my whole life in general has been this way. So even at that time, I'm just doing whatever feels right to me. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I've learned in life that like we're all creators in some way, shape, or form. And I know people have this preconceived notion that's just like, all right, if you're good at one thing, focus on that and build with it. Which, yes, you definitely should build on that, because we all have strengths and weaknesses. But I just feel like we're here to master so many different things.
Right.
You know, so even if it is fitness, because people ask me all the time, they're like, what don't you do? And I'm like, I just do whatever. I don't really have a plan. I never have. And I remember I used to always ask myself, like, why can't you figure out what you want to do?
Right.
The only thing I was ever sure about was music.
Okay.
I was like very sure about music. But then outside of that, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just go with the flow, really. I've really just flowed
like
through
that
life.
Free spirit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And now I'm at a point where like, I love that I've lived my life that way. I've got to follow and find out so many things about myself and, you know, just follow my passion. And where I thought things that I'd never thought I would do probably 5-10 years ago, I'm literally doing now.
Okay. Give us one. What you doing right now that 5-10 years ago you ain't think you was going to be doing?
Shoot, red carpet correspondent,
Okay.
media personality. When I started doing radio, I was not a talker.
Okay.
I was not a talker. I'll sing for you all day.
Yeah, I seen that.
But if you want me to
seen
talk
that firsthand, yeah.
If you want me to talk to you, but now I'm hosting events. I'm hosting, and it's not a podcast. It's production. Because Lord, if Big Books here, you call it a podcast, he'll lose his stuff.
Right.
But the Space Table, I'm a host of like different shows now, and so these are things that I never in a million years thought I would ever do.
And I think that's what makes you a symbol where people have to recognize. Like the Sherell Show is now a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you are a show. Like wherever you pull up, people gotta respect you for what you do. And the fact that you can wear these different hats and move into these different arenas is also a testament to who you are, just an individual, and how you learn to adapt.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I'm at in my space when I just watch people that like, Frank, what you doing with yourself? I'm like, yo, I'm an educator, bro. Like I'm in a space where I've trained enough people that I can now go into different arenas and communicate from a different space. Like I can meet you where you are, no matter where you are at this point, because I've seen every step of the way of what it looks like.
Yeah.
So let's really focus on this singing, because I've seen it. So everybody, I'm gonna tell everybody when I first seen you sing. So the first time I knew about it, you invited me to Babylon, and we all went out.
Lord, Babylon.
And we go out, and I'm like, man, it's a bunch of people here. And I said to myself, like, yo, can she really sing? Or is this like something where people just supporting her? Yo, yeah, they put that mic on. I looked up there 2 or 3 times like, oh, no, this is real. Like, this is what she do. But here's the thing. When you look at it from the industry aspect, when you look at whoever you view as the person that you inspired, that put you on as a singer. When I say inspired, like, I don't want to say a name because I don't know who you look at as the person that you gravitated to as far as music. I'll let you tell us who that person is. But what makes you still want to sing knowing that you don't have like all the albums yet or whatever the case may be? Like, we know that's your love, but you still want to be in that arena. What is it? What's the draw to it now?
I tell people that like music for me isn't just something that I'm good at doing and that I just like to do. It's like, it's literally embedded in my DNA.
Okay.
Like it's who I am. Like I said, I'm a creator. So it's a part of my soul, my journey. And I'm glad that you were able to point out that you're an educator, which is amazing, right? Because like, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You teach people in so many different ways. And I learned throughout my journey that I am a healer.
Oh.
I'm a healer.
Bing, bing. Okay, that's a new one. All right.
I'm a healer.
Walk me into that.
So healing is just, and of course people have this, you think of healing like, oh, healing is beautiful because it means that you're healing, you're getting better. No, healing can be so many different things. Healing is also very ugly.
Okay.
Very, very ugly. And I've been through so many different things in my journey. So I remember that I used to get picked on and bullied as a kid, and usually by girls.
For what?
I don't know, because I was such a reserved child.
No, they was hating. They were just hating. No, just keep it real with you. They saw beauty. They saw the standout young lady, and they was like, we hating on this.
I was never, and my mother used to tell me that, but I was never like outgoing, loud. I was very reserved. I was stuck to myself. I was very just observant of everything, right? But for some reason, girls did not like me and would pick on me all the time, and I never understood it. And it followed me all the way into high school and even, into my early adult years. And when I started learning more about myself and then getting into my own journey and then learning about like healing energy and Reiki and all this other stuff, I learned that sometimes in healing, your energy is meant, specifically mine, because I'm talking about me, it's like it can trigger people. And it triggers people in a way because of like, if the mere presence of me bothers you, there's something within you that you need to fix. It's not me. And
they're struggling with themselves.
They're struggling with yourself. And that's like, I hold a mirror up to certain people. It's just like, so, but I had to learn these because I'm like, for the life of me, I don't get why how can somebody not like me? Like,
well, I mean, and truth be told, let's just look at it from this point too, though. How many people in the world you ever met that really like honesty?
Exactly. Oh my God, I just had this
So,
conversation not too long ago.
like, honesty is a tough pill.
To swallow.
And people don't want to swallow the pill,
Not
man. They
at
go,
all.
yo, they don't want that truth serum. They don't want that space where they
Oh my God.
like, yo, why you telling me the truth?
Everybody is out
Why
here.
you feel like you the person that can tell me the truth? And it's more like, why you want me to lie to you?
Everybody says they want authenticity and they want real, until real and authenticity hit them in the face. And it's just like, no, I didn't want not kind of real and authenticity. It was like, whoa, real is real.
You know the joint I love the most?
What
when people be like, Frank, I love it that you keep it so real until you keep it real with them.
Yeah.
It's like, I love you as long as you don't keep it real with me. And my thing is, I don't owe you no lies, people. So whether it's life, my field in fitness, or just whatever the question is, if I have an opinion about something, it's like if you vent to me about something, but I still feel some type of way as a human, I'm allowed to tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't want to know that. It's like, nah, you don't have the right to like speak to me in that space. And I'm like, nah, it's just the truth. But now when you think about you being a healer, now I understand like why it can hurt. Because it's like if you go to a therapist's job is to give you an opportunity to like prioritize your thoughts, your movements, and different things like that, depending on what your therapy is about. But they still want you to recognize who you are.
You have to, they guide you
right
in the right direction. And that's really all healing is. It's like, I'm not doing anything specific to heal anybody, but I'm kind of like guiding you in the right direction, showing you certain things. Cause like and it's not just negative, because I also have a lot of positive aspects of healing also. It's just like, I'm usually the person everybody comes to with their problems.
Right.
And like, I'm there to listen and let them get it out. I'm non-judgmental. And it's just like, whatever you need me for, I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care what's happening. If you need me, I'm there. You know, some people just need that aspect in their life. And so it's just, I used to take everything like that just so personally. And now I know, I'm like, okay, like sometimes it's just, your energy is just needed. That's all. And I literally had to figure that out. I'm like, Sherell, you really don't have to do anything. It's just your energy.
So how do you tie all of this in? I mean, and people, when I tell y'all, like, I just learned the healing. So today, he's going to put that in the box of hats that you wear. But I'm just thinking about all the things you do. These are the things that I know you do. I know you sing. I know you train people.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do like the body contour.
Yeah, I was doing the body contour.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a side hustle though.
Again, it's something you do. It's something you do, man. I don't knock nobody's hustle. My thing is you got to put the food on the table.
That part.
So you were part of the production with the Spades table. See, Champ, I didn't even say what you said I thought I was going to say. So I learned fast. I'm coming to y'all show next.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
But you're part of that TV personality or radio personality. Mm-hmm. You work in the red carpets.
Now I'm acting.
You acting.
Yeah, now I'm acting. I never thought I was going to do that either.
So let's get to how you find me time. What does me time look like? If you doing all these things, it's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
How you finding me?
When I sleep, that is literally my me time.
That's your me time.
When I go to sleep, I'm trying to learn how to balance more. That's another thing that I needed to figure out is like, all right, learn balance. You can't take on every single thing, even though it's like, oh yeah, I can do it. Sometimes I'm just like,
saying no.
You got to slow down.
Yeah.
You got to slow down. And because things that I used to do, I used to be able to, I would find a park anytime because I call myself a water baby, right? Because anytime there's a body of water, I would love to be anywhere near, just sitting outside of it, put my feet in, whatever, because I feel like water is very healing also. And so I used to be able to just find a park that was some water, bring a blanket, something to eat, maybe a sandwich or something, a book, and just sit out there and read and just reflect. And it's just, and it's quiet and it's away from all the hustle and bustle. And it just gave me that time where I'm like,
Okay.
Where I'm just in the moment.
And that time has to be hard now. So I do know currently you still go to the gym and work out. So do you consider that me time?
That's also me time. That is also me time because I don't do so much of the training now because I don't really have time for it, because that requires a lot of time too. And then people's schedules.
Absolutely.
But the gym is also my me time. So between the gym and then when I'm at home and I go to sleep, that's really what it is. But It can get overwhelming sometimes, but I'm not complaining because everything that I do, I love. I love so much. I love so
Big
much.
heart.
Yeah. And I quit my job a year ago, literally, to pursue all of this, which was one of the scariest things I have
I can relate.
ever
I can relate.
done in my entire life, because I'm used to having jobs where I'm making
It's
really good money.
security.
Yeah, it's security. And I'm used to having money. So when I left, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I had no backup plan, no big savings. It was just like,
You felt it was like, it was the time. It just pulled you your way.
I couldn't do
But
it
I
no
get it
more.
because I did the same thing. I remember
Yeah.
Export was where I was at. Of course, that's where I met you. I kept on saying to myself, I'm ready to be in a situation where I can just see my own, do it for myself.
Yeah.
I left with 2 clients. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I have an abundance of clients. I have the things that I desire to continue to keep living in this space, which means I would have never thought I would be doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I done had people come to me a lot of times, go, hey, Frank, you should do this, you should do that. And I used to be like, no, I'm good. I'm going to train my peoples, get out the way. I like being out the way. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Then I started realizing, like, when I started putting like certain videos up on Instagram, people like, why you don't talk more? Why you don't do this?
Yeah,
Why you not
yeah.
in front of the camera
Yeah.
more? Why you not? So then I'm here. So it's like, all right, cool. So that's another reason why I invited you, is because I like to pay homage to the people that people don't necessarily see all the time, but they was a part of my journey or my success or both. You know what I mean? And I feel like you were important to both of those things. One, because you met me before I went out on my own, number one. And 2, I've been blessed to train you.
Yeah.
So, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
word, I got an opportunity to revisit seeing her train all the time,
Yeah.
to actually being like, hey, you know, what's good? And we link up and I got an opportunity to put my hands on you and show you what I offer, you know what I mean, as a trainer. So I just want to say thank you for that. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you
I
know.
mean, it's a blessing to be able to say that you can follow, you know, the things that you really want to do in life. Because like I said, I didn't know, when you're used to having, you know, like you said, that security, it's like, oh my God, I think I just did one of the dumbest things I could have ever done. But this is how you know it's not about the money. Because like I said, I was making good money, but I was so miserable. I was so miserable.
Because you're doing it for somebody else. You're not passionate about it no more. You're not living in your purpose. That's what it is for me. It was like, even though I'm training, I'm still not doing it the way I want to do it.
It's that nagging feeling.
Yeah, it's
that
like,
won't go away
you
no
just
matter
keep
what.
telling me. And then I'm like being resistant, or I'm being what they would think is disgruntled or whatever. And I'm just like, no, that's just not my path. That's not my vision. That's not how I want to see the clientele grow, you know? So that's where I'm at with it. And I think here's another question for you, because I get this question a lot. Now that you basically in this entrepreneur space, and I even known you when you were in a relationship. So the question is, where do you find balance for that? Because you already got to find limited time.
Yeah, I know.
So tell the ladies what dating is like for you. I'm going to tell y'all right now, because look, I'm going to bet some money and say she's single.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm definitely single. I'm definitely single.
Hit her up.
That's why I don't like talking about this. This is why. Because I do not need.
It's about to blow.
I do not need nobody in my DMs.
So you can blame this episode.
Yeah, I'm going to blame it all on you. I'm going to forward everybody to your DMs.
And I'm going to say,
look. Here you go.
And I'm going to send them to my questionnaire. This is a personal training service over there. So, but yeah, like, what is it like? Like, how do you, clearly the balance isn't there, but more importantly, you know, there are more women like you that are independent, that desire, because it would be wrong of either one of us to desire the relationship aspect of it. But the question is, for you, if a woman comes up to you today that lives in your box, what I mean by that is she's successful, she wears many hats, and she's like, hey, I want to date, what advice would you give her?
I would definitely tell women, I would tell anybody, not just women, anybody.
Okay.
Number one, make sure you understand who you are.
Okay.
First, self-love is so important. I don't think we stress this enough. I don't think people really understand what self-love is.
Well, tell us.
Like it's understanding your strengths and your weaknesses and knowing and being sure of who you are.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, even I was guilty of this, of getting into a relationship and I start losing who I am because I'm always catering to my partner. And in my mind, at that point, I was thinking I was doing the right thing, right? Because I'm just like, I can handle anything. So I'm like, I'm pretty flexible. So
Okay.
it's just like, whatever you like. Okay, cool. We can do whatever you want. But then it got to a point where it just seemed like everything was in that direction. I'm like, well, wait, what about me?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? Like,
Okay.
and then like when it feels like the energy is not being reciprocated, that makes it even worse. So, but I would tell women to learn how to trust the process. I learned that I'm not looking, because I think we get so conditioned to look for things outside of ourselves.
Okay.
And everything we really need is really within, and once you find that, trust the process and know that that is going to come to you, because you attract who you are.
Cool. So I like that. I like that statement right there. You attract who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, and you're saying trust the process. Is the process knowing the end result of you will find this person? Or is trust the process, or you have to figure out what the process is that you're looking for to trust? Like, how do you know what process this is the right one?
Trust the process and knowing that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by.
All right, cool.
And everything is timing. Timing is everything. So we have to, don't get me wrong. It's not like, it's just like, don't worry, don't do nothing because it's just going to come to you. I mean,
Okay.
we got to put the work in.
Okay,
Again,
cool.
you got to work on yourself. You got to kind of be open to different things. And like I said, finding yourself along the way, but just trust the process that if you start focusing on who you are and what you want and the things that you love out of life, those things are going to start attracting to you. It's not just a man or love. It's going to be money. It's going to be all types of things. It's going to start just coming your way.
Come.
So
like that.
That's what I would tell anybody. I'm like, don't be so focused on it, because that's how so many people get into situations they don't even need to be, because you're looking for it and then you're settling. You're settling for something that's not even for you.
It don't feel good once you get inside that situation.
Nah,
I get it.
That
temporary honeymoon phase gonna die.
Yeah, and we're human, right? So we think we like, yeah, I want this. This is what I want. We think this is what we want. And then when we get it, we're like,
I could have dealt without this.
You know what I mean? And so it's like you have the universe, God, spirit guides, whatever you believe in is trying to guide you, show you. Sometimes they're like, all right, you want this here, take it. There you go.
You asked for it.
I've been trying to keep you from it, but since you want it so bad, there you go. Take it. See what you do with it.
That's a good one.
And learn your lesson.
I pray everybody hear that, because I think that's the struggle. I think we all conditioned, as you said, to be in a relationship and feel a certain type of way, no matter what. It's like, it's almost like what's the wrong with me question pops up.
Yeah.
So it's like when you meet somebody, they show you interest, you just go, all right, cool, I'm a dig in, not knowing if you actually are even mentally prepared or have the capacity to be in this situation.
Yeah, because
I like that one.
We're so worried about finding love outside of ourselves, but we don't think enough about finding that love within ourselves first. Love yourself first, because then you'll know the red flags when you see it. You'll know your worth. So then when somebody isn't doing the things that serve you, if it doesn't agree with you and it doesn't flow with you or align with you, you're like, you know what? This ain't for me.
See, I don't think people don't see the red flag. I think I think everyone knows the red flag. I just believe we condition ourselves to just keep going. I don't think it's that we don't know, like we don't say, like the minute somebody do something that you don't like, you immediately feel some type of way.
Yeah.
So you know the red flag.
Yeah.
It's whether or not you gonna say, do I love myself more than what just took place?
Sometimes we get caught up in that superhero syndrome. where we feel like we can save everybody.
Yeah, we can't save
and it's not your job. Now I'm not saying that you can't, try to give somebody a chance, but like if the situation keeps repeating over and over and over again, it's like, all right, well, now you have a decision to make. And this is another conversation I was having with somebody else the other day, because I'm just like, so many people, I've heard women say this where they're like, why won't he just break up with me? Why I'm just waiting for him to tell me? Why are you waiting for somebody?
Yeah, that's
why
weird.
are you waiting for somebody else to tell you? If you're not happy, then leave.
Well, there you go. That's the fear. It's the fear that I don't want to be the person to end this because it's gonna look like it's all on me. But at the end of the day, like you said, if you love yourself, the signs they ain't line up.
It's life. Everything ain't gonna be for you all the time.
That's men. I feel like, and I'm just gonna speak from my thought process because men gonna probably be like, I don't feel that way, but they do. I feel like dudes at this point go out the way to meet the expectations of a woman knowing they can't before they even start. What do I mean by that? I'm pretty sure men come up to you all the time and know they are not in a position to be what you want them to be.
Or what I need them to be.
Or what you need them to be.
Yeah.
And they do everything in their power to live, and they live outside their means. They live outside of who they are as a person, and then the real guy shows up, and you like, what the fuck? Like, how you? And that's when all the skeletons fall out the closet, and I see that a lot because it's so funny. I was somewhere this week, and somebody was like, "Hey man, what you doing? You shooting a podcast this week?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, and I told him who I was, who the guest was going to be. And I remember his response. He was like, "Yo, she beautiful. I would do anything to talk to her." And I was like, "Anything?" I was like, that's tough, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I said, what if
anything?
Right. And I said, well, what if that means that just means she out your league? Like, are you comfortable with knowing that?
Yeah.
Which means I feel like that's what we are in this world. And that's why when you said superhero, I resonated with it right away, because it's one thing to like somebody organically and y'all just click, which means the person accepts you for who you are and you accept the person for who they are. But it's a whole nother thing to create a character.
Yeah, it is.
Because now you got to live as that character, which means you never yourself. You always being with that person, what you wanted that person to believe that you are, which means this relationship is doomed from the beginning.
From the beginning. And you can only run from the real you, but for so long. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean?
It's not going to happen.
And one thing that's one thing I can't say is like, I will always appreciate a man who can just authentically be who he is. I don't care who that is. As long as you're just being you, you don't really know what I like and what I'm looking for. You're just judging me by an outside appearance, and you're like,
no, I'm saying, but they're not just your appearance. They're judging what you allow the world to see. And that's why I keep trying to tell people social media is triggered for what I want you to know about me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my,
it's not everything.
My 24/7. You know what I mean?
It's the surface.
Right. It's literally what I want you to see about myself today.
I'm an onion. There's so many layers.
Right, but they're not thinking about that. It's like, well, this is what she keep posting, so this is what I think she liked. Like, no, this is just what I did for the entertainment purpose of what this Instagram is for.
Exactly.
But they don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand that you a brand. They don't understand that I have to post a certain type of way because it's the brand.
It's the brand.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, I do like looking nice. I like to keep myself groomed. Vice versa. I've seen you in many situations where that's a situation for you too. Yeah. But it's the brand of who we are at the moment. Like, you have no idea what it feels like for me to go home and take it all off and just be chilling. Like, you don't know what that looks like.
You know how many times I've had a conversation with people and I'm telling them my story, and I'm not ashamed of my story, because like I even, like I said, when I left my job, it was one of the toughest years for me ever.
Right.
Toughest years. I had to sell my charger.
Okay.
I had to file for bankruptcy. I remember I was all the way down to like $11 in my bank account. You know what I mean? Like, it was rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
Rough. You know what I mean?
You just did a whole lot in a sentence.
But people, they'll look at me, they'll be like, you will never think that you went through all of that. Yes, I went through all of that, and like but I knew that I
But
had
you're
to
not
keep.
supposed to know.
You're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know that because that's my battle, and that's
Right.
something that I'm trying to figure out and I'm navigating through. So I'm not going to go to social media and be like, "Woe is me." No, because at the end of the day, I was trusting the process, and I'm guided by a higher power. And there was something inside of me that kept telling me, no matter how bad it got for me, I needed to keep going. And I'm telling you, I had my moments, and this is like my human moment. Like I've had nights where I cried myself to sleep.
Right.
I was scared. I was scared. I've been scared because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And everybody sees this strong female, and I am that.
Yeah,
don't
you
get
are
me
that.
wrong.
Yeah,
I
you
am
are
that.
that.
But I'm human still, and I
Because
have my
you have
moments.
to be in order to go through those things.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
still, which brings me to the next topic. Because I've heard you say this to me, which means I'm just from a person in the field of fitness, just want to get your take on it. Because I've heard you say this to me many times.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, I'm going to remain naturally me. So when you look at all the BBLs, all the things that's happening in the world today with women keeping up with whatever the status is.
This is part of self-love, but go ahead. what are you talking about?
What are you saying to yourself first? That's the first question. What are you saying to yourself first? Because I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna keep it real. It's people in your inner circle that did it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I know.
Right, you know what I mean? So, no, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's everywhere. You can't escape it.
Yeah.
So my question is, but I've heard you say this to me so many times in conversations, even just about working out, different things like that. You're like, yo, I like me. I just want to stay natural. I want to do this, whatever the case may be, as far as your journey of, being self-proclaimed to who you are, but also living in the industry where that's like the top thing of the world.
Yeah.
First of all, what are you saying to yourself?
That's just part of the part. I just love myself. I love who I am and what God created in me. I don't knock any women that has done any type of augmentations to their body. I feel like all women are beautiful, and if it makes you happy, go off, sis. Like, you know what I mean? That do you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but just for me, I've never felt like anything was wrong with me. Like there are times where I'm like, I wish that, maybe I could lose weight here or I have those moments, but never enough where I'm like totally wanted to alter something. Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm only going to be able to give you what I have, right? This is who I am. Either a guy that wants to be with me, he's going to either love it or he's not. And the guy that doesn't care for it, if it's not his cup of tea, that's fine too, because he's just not for me.
Right.
And I'm okay with that. I trust the process. And, I've never had low self-esteem. I've had insecurities, but I've never had low self-esteem. I just love.
But the industry is so full of it. So.
And that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, what do you.
Self-love. That's what I mean by that. Like, you have to learn you have to know.
But do these women love themselves from your perception?
I'm not going to say that they don't love themselves. That I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is that sometimes that you can get sucked up into that world. It's easy to get lost in that because that's all you see now. Like, it's just like, this is the thing.
So do you feel like they become insecure?
I mean, it is an insecurity. If you feel like you want to alter something, it is an insecurity. Now, a lot of people get triggered by that word, insecure. You call somebody insecure, I'm not insecure. Look, we're human. We all have insecurities. It's okay. It's okay if you have an insecurity. But yes, it is part of being insecure because you're not happy with the way that you look and you want to alter it.
And you don't want to work for it.
And I've tried to explain this. I don't care what you do. You have surgery, you do the body contouring, you diet, whatever the case may be. If you want to get in shape and really look a specific way, you have to go to the gym. There's no getting around that. There's no getting around
even
that.
after you have the surgery, you got to maintain it.
You got to maintain it because the fat got to go somewhere.
Yeah, the gym got to come up. You got to show up.
If you have liposuction, yeah, you might not get the fat back in the area, but it got to go somewhere.
It's going to move to another area.
So it's like...
And it's going to move somewhere that you didn't even think it could move to.
And you're going to be out here looking crazy. So,
yeah.
But again...
But I tell people that all the time. I'm a super honest dude. I'll be like...
Me too, but I feel like I get in trouble.
I'm like, yo, I get in trouble. I stay in trouble. I'm like, look, yes, you removed all that fat from your stomach, but I just need you to understand that your body going to find another comfort zone.
It is.
That it wants to store fat. And when it does it, you're not going to like it because it's going to store it in a place that you don't think it should be. You know, now you ain't got no stomach, but you got cankles. You know what I mean? Like something happened. Yeah. You about to get another area to be exposed in your body that you just wasn't ready for.
And I know girls who got BBLs they got it and they got the little fatty or whatever, right. But then they want to go back and get another one. And I'm like, what are you looking for?
Because it ain't fat enough.
I don't get it. Who are you trying to make it fat for?
They making it fat for them. So this is my thing.
Men swear up and down they don't care, but then again,
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't give a fuck about it. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I am the dude that when that girl walked down the street, I'm trying to think of what cartoon she on. Like, because this is the part. This is the part that I think where it gets a little weird for me, right? Like, women, when they talk to me, they naturally think that I want to talk to this woman that's on Instagram because I'm in the gym and I'm like this fixated guy on what the woman needs to look like. And I'm like, look, yo, I need balance too. So no, like, do I want a healthy woman in my life? Absolutely. Do I want her to think about her livelihood? Absolutely. But I'm cool with her just looking normal as long as she's healthy, right? Like, I'm comfortable with that. Yeah. So yes, when I see the extreme BBL, so I think this is what women need to know. I'm going to say it because Sherell not going to say it. So when you turn around and your butt huge and it don't got no connector to the leg, like no hamstring, you just got a booty. Like,
and then a leg.
And a leg. and none of it makes sense anymore. Like, to me at that point, we done went too far. So I mean, and that's the thing that tripped me out. And it's like, you know what? I ain't even mad at the doctors no more because if you willing to pay the money to come in there and make your hips look like something that don't even look like you could have ever went to the gym and did, then cool, do you.
I don't get that look.
But I'm here to tell you, most men don't want that. Now, are we on Instagram hitting the like button? I'm going to tell you the truth.
I think it's what confuses women.
Yeah.
Because y'all talk about that all day.
Right. No, we hitting the like button because of the picture at the moment.
Y'all are fantasy type. So it's just
we visuals.
Visuals, yeah.
That's it. It ain't even a fantasy. Like, I promise you, if I opened up my Instagram right now and gave it to you and you just look at like whatever my algorithm is saying, it don't look like that.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because that ain't it. Now, is the occasional booty gonna come up? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
It comes up on my time.
Right. But I'm not even that. I'm a man. Like, I like women. So cool.
Yeah.
But I don't have the outrageousness on there because at the end of the day, that ain't real to me. Like, and I'm gonna let y'all know something. I don't want my mom to meet her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want my mom to ask me, babe, how she do that?
Yeah.
Because my mom look at me as a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Like, babe, where that come from?
What exercise she do?
Right. Mom, it ain't an exercise.
You learn to do exercise or something?
No, babe, it ain't an exercise. It ain't a meal plan. It ain't nothing that I can put you on that's gonna make you look like that. So at the end of the day, no, men are to the men that I'm around are not dying to have that. Now, what I also realize is women are in a situation where it's hard because we go to the gym far as men, and truth be told, if they do it right, it's gonna snap a little fast.
Oh yeah,
just because. But what I need women to understand is the reason being is thank you. Our testosterone levels are higher than yours, so the muscle production is just going to turn over a little bit faster, and the fat burning it's going to be a little bit faster due to that.
And our bodies are made for fat storage.
Right.
Like we're supposed to store fat.
And that's what I just want the women to understand.
Exactly.
Like, no, we're not Greek gods.
Yeah.
No, we just
because
produce
we carry babies.
A little bit more testosterone that we need to do certain things to be a man. And women don't.
And that's supposed to be that way. Because we carry babies.
So just put the work in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just put the work in. It's going to be fine. Like, and that's what I look at. So you model too. Like I've seen you in, I just recently seen you in some pictures recently. Hey, look, yo, you live a wild.
I do. You know what? But you know, I'm gonna tell you something. I never wanted to be a model. I honestly got into modeling because of my ex.
Okay.
Because you remember he was a model.
Yeah, he was.
And so I remember he looked at my Instagram one day and he was just like, you know, you don't have any professional pictures. You got a lot of pictures and, you know, music and stuff like that, but you don't have any professional pictures. Why? And I just never, I don't really care for it. You know what I mean? Never. And he was like, nah, you need to get some professionals. You should, you know, use your sexiness in a little bit more. And I'm like,
you do. I'm here to tell y'all, look, this my dog. But sometimes I scroll and she pops up and I be like, holy, she out here today, people. So I'm going to bring it up. Fun. I'm going to bring it up, yo, because I saw a picture the other day.
Oh, Lord.
And I said,
Lord.
What person in this picture would I have preferred to be? So, fellas, I'm going to tell y'all something, right? And we all fellas have done this before. Like, we say little weird stuff out our mouth. Like, man, I wish I was the bed. I wish I was the bike.
I wish I was that water.
Right, I wish I was that water. Like, I wanted to be the towel, whatever the case may be. But it's a photo you got, so it's like 4 of y'all in the picture. It's a dope picture. It's a dope concept. Mm-hmm. But what was crazy to me is I never know what you gonna do next.
Like, so unpredictable.
Right. 1 minute you might be super business, suitcase, picture. Uh-huh. And the next minute you gonna show a thigh and we gonna all hit the like button because we ain't have no choice. Like, I feel like some of your pictures forced the like button.
Yeah, that's what it's for. And that's crazy because when I post those pictures, I'm getting like 300-400 likes. Then when I'm posting my regular, like, and then like goofy pictures, the ones that I really like to post, I might get 100.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? Damn y'all. But it's fine. Like you can't get in. See, you see how easy it is to get caught up in the likes and stuff. But that's what I'm saying. That's just crazy.
But again, that just lets you know, man, sex sells, man.
It does.
It's just the ruler of what we do.
It really does.
Which brings me to, how did you even get to the space table?
So,
which I'm gonna tell you, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Because I pictured that show without you, since I've seen so many different clips of it in different episodes. I'm like, I pictured that show without you, and I'm going to tell you what you bring to it. You not only bring authenticity to it, you bring a vibe that's unmatched. And here's the vibe. It's always men that got like this strong opinion about what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you insert why you feel the way you feel.
Is it?
And I be listening, and I just always look at their faces and I'm like, got them again.
You know what? And it's crazy because, like, so number one, I got on the space because they originally brought me on as a guest.
Okay.
And then the creator of the show, Big Books, after I had done my episode, he called me not too long after that. And he was like, he was just like, yo, I loved your energy so much. I would love to bring you on as a host. Would you be interested? And I'm like, hell yeah, because I thought it was a dope concept. But I've had so many women, just random women, hit me up in my inbox and tell me, which I never knew anybody ever looked at it like this, and tell me how much they love me being on the space table as just representing women, because they're like, the men, like what you just said, they're like, the men are very opinionated and you know, they always, of course, being men, but you hold it down for them. Like, you don't back down.
You be saying some stuff out your mouth where I'm like, you got to be confident as a woman in this space.
Yeah. And they love that. They're just like, yo, I appreciate that about you. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even think anybody was.
No, I'm on it.
Because I'm just being myself.
No, and I like it. And that's what I'm here to tell you, because I'm going to tell you what I do now, which I'm not calling this a podcast. So, sir, if you watch this, I'm not calling it a podcast. But I watch podcasts.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I watch them to see what I believe draws the audience in.
Yeah.
Right. So that, one, I can stay in my lane to make sure that I'm not shifting my car in different lanes to like appease something that's not me. That's the first reason. Mm-hmm. And then two, if it's a concept that actually makes sense and it fits what I'm doing, I want my team to be able to know, like, hey, we missing the boat a little bit, because this concept, it has to be universal. Like, this has to be the code for success no matter what. Mm-hmm. And those are the reasons why I watch. So I will admit, yes, I did watch it because you was on it. Mm-hmm. And so that was my draw.
Right.
But then I got to a point where I was like, I do want to see what they're going to talk about. I like the freedom of the conversation. I love that. Because I love it for myself.
Yeah.
And that's like, I like just having conversations with people. I don't want anyone to come here and be like, man, he forced me because he already told me he was going to ask me these 50 questions. No, I ain't got no 50 questions for you.
It's not an interview.
Yeah, I got a conversation. Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to sit back and vibe with you and let the people know that you a great vibe. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
Which means that's the reason why I watch that, because I've seen episodes where I'm just like, man, they didn't chop some people up on this joint. and you gotta just live with it. So that's what I appreciated about it. And it drew me in because I know for myself, that's what I want my podcast to stand for.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to have its freedom. I wanted for people to come here and speak their truth and not feel like they boxed in. I want them to be like, nah, I got my story out. This is how I felt. This conversation was amazing. And I'll go back. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. Where do you see yourself transitioning from here?
That's the thing. Lord only knows. Like,
do you have a goal of something?
I really don't, other than just to just be successful at whatever it is I'm doing at the moment.
Okay.
I'm really just having fun, to be completely honest with you. I don't want to put pressure on myself. And maybe some people are like, well, you got to have a plan. Really, you don't, though. I mean, it's not that I don't have a plan. I plan on I'm just going to keep following where I'm being guided, which has worked for me.
Okay.
It's literally worked for me. So again, like I said, the things that I'm doing now, I never thought that I'd be doing. So who knows where this is going to take me. I do definitely want to get more into the entrepreneur lane.
Okay.
And build something. Like, that is something that I do.
Do you even have an idea what you're trying to build?
Yeah. So now I do. Right now I have a bag line called the Body Bag. And I partner with my business partner, Ballaholics. Shout out Tyree Harris from Ballaholics. That's my business partner. But I have that, which is also going to lead into the fitness line.
Okay.
So that is something that I'm working on right now.
And what does the Body Bag bring to the table, represent?
So the Body Bag is like, it represents women of all walks of life, right? I call it the Body Bag because it's like it's an extension of your body, of like whoever you are as a woman. If you're the soccer mom, if you're the mom who has to carry the stuff for your kids around all day, if you're the entrepreneur, you got to carry your laptop. If you're the influencer and you're like if you're like me, I'm constantly going from gig to gig. So I always got to bring like different outfits with me. I got to bring shoes and all sorts of stuff. I got to bring all types of stuff with me, no matter what you do. But it's just like, it's there for women of all walks of life. You know, you can fit damn near anything in that bag.
So it's like one of those situations where you like, this is definitely, the wave is coming. Because we about to bring it.
Yeah, and it's just beginning.
We're gonna put that up for everybody to see.
Placement,
you
ladies
hear
and
me?
gentlemen. Hold on. How do I? Let me
You gotta come on over. We're gonna put it in the middle. We're gonna slide it on.
Okay.
There we go.
See.
You know, but just stand up and show us what this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks like you got a whole lot in there. You know what I mean?
I got my entire life.
There we go.
There we go. And it's a tote bag. You know, it's very fully functional, multifunctional. But yeah, I love this thing. Love this thing. I carry everywhere
So
I
y'all,
go
we're
because I
gonna
live a
just
busy
go out here on
lifestyle.
the limb and just say you can take this bag anywhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your gym bag, this gonna be
Gym
your
bag,
beach
yeah,
bag, this gonna
everything.
be your whatever
I
bag.
use it for all
Because
of
it's
that.
an attachment to you.
It's
I like
an-
the concept.
Yeah.
So you say you want to walk into clothing as well. So like is this gonna be a space where when you look at the fitness industry, what lane do you want to walk in? Are we going leggings? Are we going crops? Are we going
everything.
What we doing? We doing
Sets.
everything?
I'm doing sets.
Okay.
Yeah, complete sets. And it's for women of all shapes and sizes.
Okay.
I want women to feel comfortable, and I want them to feel beautiful and feel sexy in whatever space they're in. Even if you just want to wear it, you don't necessarily have to go to the gym, but you just want to run errands and you just want to be comfortable and you want to look cute.
Hey, we in there.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I know, like on a regular basis, I'm either wearing sweatpants or gym wear.
Yeah, me too.
I'm comfortable.
I mean, I go to certain places where I know I got to switch it up completely. But yeah, you're right. Like I'm the gym clothes guy. Give me a pair of Jordans and my things, and I'm moving.
Yeah.
So I'm cool.
And I grew up. I was a tomboy growing up anyway, and I still have a lot of that energy in me.
I've never seen it, but okay.
I grew up with nothing but with boys around me. So it's like,
I believe you definitely had a lot of boys around you, but I don't know if it was because you was a tomboy.
I was definitely a tomboy.
I like the way you tried to throw that in there, but anybody up here see tomboy, let me know in the comments below. But I don't think
transition a little bit, into my feminine side.
Hey, look,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever heard a tomboy story about you, but I mean, if you say you're a tomboy, I believe you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I wore a tank top on purpose. I was like, yo, I'm gonna bring my muscles and tattoos and everything to the show today. And then look, I'm gonna let y'all know. So I keep it real. So I'm sitting outside, I'm waiting for her. She like, yo, I'm about to walk up. I turn to my left. She's walking up. I'm like, oh, she got the shorts, the heels, the tank top, the arms out, the shades.
It is like 90 degrees.
Right. I mean, it's hot outside, but she made it a little bit hotter as she was walking up the street because I'm watching everybody else do the same thing I'm doing. Everybody's stopping, looking, moving. And I'm like, and everybody looking like, where's she going? To me.
Right here.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I look like I was on fire today outside. I was like, so I believe you just, at the end of the day, just had a lot of guys around you because of how you look.
I mean, that's
But
fine.
if you say you was a tomboy to make it all play into a role,
if you
cool.
would have seen the way I used to dress when I was like in middle school, even high school, it's baggy clothes.
I believe you. I just saying, I don't know that person. You know what I mean? Like, I never even seen you in that attire once. You know what I mean? But if you say that's what it is, I trust and believe in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, for real, I want to just say, man, thank you so much. Like, I greatly appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule to make this happen for Treau Talks. Because again, you've been there before the brand existed. So to have an opportunity to talk to somebody I've always been cool with, rock with, been able to share the journey with is super dope. And the fact that we in the same community, getting this money, making moves, you know what I mean? It's a dope atmosphere. So everybody, y'all know who she is. We're going to make sure y'all follow her on IG. You want to give them your IG?
Yeah, you can follow me at Sherell Rowe Show. And I really want to just say this one last thing. I want everybody to, if you can, get to a space of operating from a place of love, because that's where I operate from, right? Like, no matter what, if, you like me, you hate me, I'm not your cup of tea or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I still love you and I love everyone regardless, because I feel like I just choose not to carry that type of energy for anybody. And that's just who I am.
That's what makes you dope.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And, so it's just like, as much as you can, everybody try to operate from that space. You'll find that your life will attract a lot more better things if you can get there, which I know you can.
Everybody can.
Everybody, if you can get there.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
You got to put the work in.
Yeah. But it's just, it's more for you than for anybody else.
Right.
So.
Well, man, I'm glad she left us with that. You know what I mean? So, y'all know, from here on out, think about self-love, think about the things you're doing, think about the people around you and how you treat them. I like the way she put that all in and tied it in a bow for us. I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, just like that, man, y'all know what it is, man. Treau Talks. We out.